What's up, people, and welcome back to the channel. This is SJ's Corner. I know it's been a long time since I came to you guys with one of these wide receiver breakdowns. But, I got new equipment now. I got some more time on my hands. So I'm going to be trying to be consistent with this. You feel me? I'm bringing to you guys the game between the Jaguars and Jets where we had Adams and Brian Thomas Jr. absolutely go off. I believe Adams went for 198 yards, 9 catches, and Brian had 10 catches for 105. You get what I'm saying? And I got access to NFL All 22 tape so I can show you like the overall picture, not just the one that they're showing you on the broadcast. And, even the plays where they don't get targeted, we can kind of see what they're doing to give defenses, a hard time. I'm excited to bring this to you guys. And before I get right into the video, do me a favor, hit the like, you get me, subscribe if you're not subscribed. And by the end of the video, I want you to leave a comment of what you thought about the video, what you think I may need to improve on, or maybe just something that you picked up from the receivers that I may have missed. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Go right here from the start. We got the Jaguars that was on offense first, and they're just doing a good job of getting the ball into Brian's hands early on a screenplay. Quick story for you guys here. The cornerback that made this tackle was called Quentin Stiggers, I believe. He's actually an American that didn't play college football, but somehow ended up in the CFL through some tryouts, or I think we were playing some arena football league or something like that. Went to the CFL for like a year and absolutely lit it up. And he got, obviously a shot into the NFL, and now he's here. So it's kind of crazy, and he's young. But man, just tells you, man, if you can ball, they will find you. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get back to the tape here where Brian is just a bunch of screenplays, just get him the ball in his hands. And yeah, he just makes something happen with the ball in his hands. Nothing too crazy here. You can see Sauce coming up and making a tackle. They eventually get in the red zone here after, I believe, the Jets picked up a flag here for holding. And now we get to see the first touchdown of the day for Brian. And this is one of those plays where it's more like he's a very twitchy, fast guy. You get what I'm saying? So I love the design here, which is just we're gonna get you set up flat foot, and we're gonna take off and let's get a race and see who wins. You get what I'm saying? Like he's so fast, and it's easy for him. He's got that easy speed. You get what I'm saying? It's very noticeable on tape. So yeah, and then now we're going into the Jets' first drive. First target here goes to Garrett Wilson, but I kind of just wanted to show here what Adams was doing, because again, I ain't just gonna be showing the ones he had targets in, but just seeing how he sets up his man here on this route. Just a quick out. Just pay attention to that, because he does this quite a lot on his tape, and it works for him. So obviously they missed the third down conversion. Now, when I was watching this tape, I was checking. I was about to skip. Next thing I know, there was a punt fake. And I didn't watch this game in real time, right? So everything I'm seeing here, I'm seeing this for the first time. And obviously the Jets are out of the playoffs, so they don't really have much to lose. So whatever they got to do to bring entertainment and bring some spark, they're going to do it. And you got my man hurdling over a guy here. Isn't it just fun when you see other guys play the sport with reckless abandon? They don't care. It's just the adrenaline pumping through your veins. You get what I'm saying? Hey, look, we're back at the NFL All 22 film. Funny enough, right? It took me a bunch of time. I was trying to go through different levels just to see if every play has its own tag, so I can just go play by play. But long story short, it didn't work like that. I kept getting lost in the film. So I just said, you know what, just give me the raw footage. And that's what we're going with. And I'm just going to keep hitting that 10-second mark just to skip. But here we go again. And I know this tape is not supposed to be about Garrett Wilson, but I just love this release on here. Watch him at the top of the screen here. It's just a great route, right? He goes from the split. It's not even a split. It's like a hezzy 1-2. shifts the DB completely out of like his shade, and it's just too easy, man. It's crazy. And then next play, complete bust. I don't know what they got going on here. It seems like they get affected by the motion from the tight end, and someone was supposed to pick up Garrett, and no one did. Easy walking touchdown for the Jets. So at this point, 7-7 into the game, looking like an exciting offensive game. And this is Devante's first target, just a close miss. And one thing that really stood out to me is Devante Adams still got it. You know what I'm saying? I know he got traded. He's on the Jets now, and they suck as a team, but he doesn't suck as a player. And this is one of those where like you're in zone-ish, you're facing a zone-ish coverage, right? And you running your route, not on the first guy that's in your face, but on the second guy, which will be the safety here, number 6. And he hit him with a two-step rocker in here, and he gets him inside and just misses, and he knows it. It's so funny though, like when you start watching like the full game film, right? You kind of see how patterns develop. Something that you miss early in the game, this players, they're smart enough to come back to it later. And this is just literally the next play. And Rodgers has Adams again, but I don't know, maybe it's because he thinks he's tired, he doesn't go to him again, because this is just a fade route, and he's got him. But, it's third down. He'll rush for 5-6 yards and pick it up. And I believe they switch quarters now. And Adams doesn't get targeted here again, but I just want you to watch just how he's attacking his route still. And even though Brian Thomas Jr. right on the Jags had a good game, it's still a noticeable difference in the way Adams attacks like every single rep he has compared to Brian a little bit, I feel like. Let me know if I'm spewing nonsense, but that's what I feel. And here's another. A lot of Brian's yards, a lot of them were on this screenplays, which I have no problem with. Some OCs don't like calling screenplays, but if you're going to give me free yards, I'm going to take them. You get what I'm saying? So here, this Jets linebacker actually does a great job. It's an option route, looks like. And not quite creating as much separation as probably he'd like. But, the defense gets paid too. Not a bad job. They end up punting. And this is where Adams has his first drop. It's funny, right? Because I have Adams on my fantasy team, and I benched him. And, he ended up going off in this game, and it made me feel sorry after. If I watched the NFL All-22 tape, maybe I would have I benched him. Or so I wouldn't have benched him in place of Tyreek Hill, which I did. But, I thought there was 2 great players, so I just, But Tyreek, long story short, only went for like 4 points and kicked me out of the fantasy playoffs. So, boo-hoo. Anyways, let's get back to the film. So, even on the drop here, you can see it's a quick release from him. Stacks, breaks, ball's right there. It's a good ball. He knows he just got to catch that. And next play again, it's kind of like if Aaron misses him, he doesn't go back right to him. And obviously there's a really good receiver standing right next to him in Garrett Wilson. But he makes the DB looks absolutely silly here on the slant. We're going to see it on the tight film. At least, what was that? 3 yards of separation on the slant. He chooses to go to Garrett, but bad throw and got broken up. So here's Brian's catch against soft coverage. Just got the yards he could. Now, this is the one I kind of wanted to talk about on this. I don't like his release on this. And this is what I'm saying. Like, Adams, obviously, he's been in the league for a long time. He's been an All-Pro for a number of years. Brian is still a rookie learning straight, even still effective, but you can still see what he can improve on. I just feel like here, against a decent cornerback in Sauce Gardner, he's rushing it just a little bit. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to rush this route. And there'll be a route later we're gonna see where he actually tries to get within more of the range of the DB before he makes his move. Here it's kind of quick with the steps, but he's not really stepping outside of the DB's frame to make him bite on this. You get what I'm saying? He's like still just it's just quick choppy steps, and like there's no separation. He gets lucky here. They throw a flag. It's kind of soft. That Sauce probably didn't really need to do all that because he's in perfect position. Like right here, Sauce is exactly where he needs to be. But I don't know. The flag is kind of soft in that one. I'm a receiver. You get what I'm saying? So next play, I don't know what. I don't even understand this pass concept. Is this supposed to be like? I mean, I get the inside guy is going, so it feels like Brian is gonna run an option route, but you also have a flat route that's going underneath him. Interesting play call. But Mac Jones makes a play here, finds an open receiver. I believe they get the first down. And now this is a great job here with Brian, right? They just missed this, but I want you to peep his hands, right? The DB is going to shoot his hands at him, and he's going to do a good job of swatting it. And just missed on this. I bet if you ask Brian, he still think he should be able to make that catch, but you could just see just a little bit out of his reach. You get what I'm saying? Maybe Matt can take a little bit of heat off that and drop it in the bucket. And we're back to the Jets on offense, and here we go. Especially in the second half, this is where Adams starts doing damage. Like, you can count, I don't know even how many receptions he had in the first half, maybe like literally 2 or 3. It was not a lot, right? But the second half, that's where he starts going off. And you can see split release. He's going on this crosser. Great ball by Rodgers. And this is a tougher catch than it looks because you got to catch this ball, right? The defender is going to land on your back. And I know this from experience. When they got their whole body on you and you got this ball and you're not rolling or turning your shoulder, this ball can pop out. But Adams does a good job, right? Because in the NFL, you got to secure the catch all the way through the contact for it to count. He does a great job of securing the catch and then turning his body. Look, he rolls so he doesn't land straight on his chest. Now he's landing on his back. So that's a little thing, if you're a young receiver, you should do, especially catching all those balls that are low to the ground. Secure the catch as quick as you can and try to turn your body, okay, as quick as you can, just so you know you don't have that ball bouncing out. Here we go. Brian gets the easiest completion he's gonna get today. It's a zone. They got this low sit route from the tight end to kind of attract the, if you can see 56 linebacker on the outside corner, all attracted to that low route. And now it lives the in breaking route wide open. You know, a lot of offenses run this, and especially when you give this guy open space like this, just watch the speed, man. It's easy. He doesn't look like he's straining. And the tight line view of this just makes you feel sorry for the cornerback. Look at 22, man. He's busting his ass. He can't keep up. Look at him. You know what I'm saying? And this is another one where it's like, he has this little thing, and maybe this is a lot of receivers. I don't know, man. I feel like the top receivers don't have this, but just a little bit of lackadaisical, like, what's the word? Body language. And maybe that's the thing where they try to lull you to sleep and they might be quick. But here, right, notice New York, right, a lot of defenses like doing this. As soon as you start threatening that you're going to score a touchdown, they're going to bring pressure. And I feel like as a receiver, you need to know this and know you need to be in a hurry. You get what I'm saying? And here, maybe you cut your outbreaking route a yard short because Mac has to let it go, and it's tough. But I don't know. Do you think there's a lot of urgency coming to that break, or am I being too harsh here? They just miss it, but I feel like if just there's just that little bit more urgency just out of the route. It's tough. It's tough. But we just gotta know. And I feel like again, he's a rookie. So he will naturally get better at sensing situations like this. You get okay, so the next drive for the Jets, Adams has this deep over route. Again, he doesn't get targeted, but you see he's wide open again. You get so he's creating a lot of separation. And here it is, right? Remember, I told you about this in the first half. It's a similar slant pattern, and Rodgers did not go to him. Same thing. Absolutely toasted a DB. You get me? And it's just the same rhythm, right? Where it's he starts slow and he's gonna hit him that quick 1-2, and now he's gone. You get what I'm saying? And he does it so well repeatedly. It's so hard. Okay? A different play in the red zone. They have him right here in the backfield. Fake pass right left, and they throw him a little bubble over. It's so funny here. I don't know what the ref sees, but he calls this a touchdown. This is a really nice touch pass by Rodgers, by the way. But I don't know what the hell the DB's doing. But Adams was not in. But still, he's going to call a touchdown. DBs, what is this tackle? And Adams is not like a battering ram of a running back or something. Touchdown. It's not a touchdown. Anyways, they're now on the one. Obviously, Adams has done a lot to get them down to this part of the red zone. And I love this. They want to get him to score. All obviously, like the Jaguars are helping them a lot by overcommitting to the run, which is what you're supposed to do on the goal line. But still, they're gonna go to the fade route, and it's a perfect pass, nice toe drag, over the shoulder catch, touchdown. And Adams is cooking. So now everyone's gonna look at the stat sheet and be like, "Oh, Brian Thomas had 10 for 105. He killed the Jets. It could have been more." And this is just simply down to him improving, like, just his savviness in certain ways. So he has what seems like kind of like a post corner or a corner out where he's going to sell the over. And you're going to see later in this film, he has an over route. And just think back to what could happen here where he could counter the DB's move. So he's releasing inside, right? But it just seems like he just wants to win with his speed on this. He ain't really giving Sauce like something else to think about. And what is this pass concept, bro? We got two receivers kind of running in the same area. Something was wrong. Someone busted. Either someone's got to go with the over route to the other side, and the other guys were in a corner. But yeah, this is definitely a busted play. But I just feel like he could do a little more to help himself here. He doesn't really use his hands, especially knowing Sauce likes to grab receivers, right? You got to have a swat something. And we've seen him use the swat previously, but just needs to be a little bit more consistent to that. This is a funny one. So obviously, number one receivers, right? They paid to catch passes and to get open. But it's interesting that I try to watch receivers sometimes how they block. And this is not a good blocking technique here by Adams at all. He got his shoulder, outside shoulder, just thrown at the DB. His eyes are not even looking at the DB at all. It's not something he normally likes to do. But junior receivers do not do this. Okay? That's not a good block. Let's see how Brian does. She does a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Gets two hands on the DBs. His eyes are right. His chest plate just needs to do a better job of not driving his feet. But, he gets something on the DB and enables his running back to get 5 yards. Next play, it's a quick out. This is nice and easy against off coverage. Nothing too much to dissect there. There we go. This is probably his best rep of the day right here, right? You can see him, right? He's the difference between this route and remember the fade pattern he ran against Sauce is look at him. If you're a basketball player, this is like the pad level you're at if you're trying to size somebody up, right? So he's attack his leverage. He's right there within the range of the DB and is gonna hit him with a jab step. And that step you can see is outside of the DB's frame. And it creates a separation, right? And it's too easy. The Jets probably should have because the Jags only really got one offensive weapon, right? They should have just let Sauce on him all game, because it seemed like he struggled against Sauce, especially. But that's why you move your number one wide receivers inside and outside to try to give them good matchups. This is a nice move by Garrett. Not necessarily a route, but in terms of when he catches it and he's able to turn it up. Like he feels the defense really well, sits in the zone, obviously, gets up, split move to get around the DB, first down. Like that's not like a route or something like that, but it's just understanding the feel of the defense, understanding where the space is, just to buy you 4 or 5 extra yards. So this is another player here where Adams tries that thing where he, oh, it's just I'm selling like a block play. Look at him, right? He's coming off the ball here, nonchalant, and now he's gonna hit the gas. Initially, I thought this was a drop. Adams could still call it a drop, but you can see kind of the DB makes a really good play on this. Ball's just slightly behind. Ugh. Did that hit his hands? I think it did, but it's got some heat to it. Like, we still call that a drop. He should catch that. You get. Looks like an option play. Just sit in the zone, catch it wide open. Here we go. This is the bomb of the day. And sometimes, man, when you see this mismatches in the game, you got nothing else but to feel bad for this defenders, bro. Adams got this like deep D route or post route. I don't know what they call it in America, but over here in Canada, we'll call it a deep route. And it looks like the defense is in cover 2. So you got this linebacker that's trying to sink and play kind of the mid zone here, and he gets stuck on Adams because you got the 2 safeties that splitting the deep field in half. And here we go. Adams just like, at this point, what we say as receivers and quarterbacks is if he's even, he's leaving. So as soon as he's even, Aaron Rodgers is like, I'm launching this because we like this matchup. And it's a perfect ball. Adams makes one hell of a catch and gets in the end zone, man. Like, that is not an easy play to execute. It takes a lot of timing, and you need to be able to catch this ball unstride, right? A lot of people would die for this, but he's confident in his hands, right? I'm going to catch this away from my body. Look. Sorry, let me see if I can pause this right at the right moment. Away from my body. A lot of people, right, they're not confident in their hands. They're going to try to catch this with their chest, fall on their feet. But he's like, I'm an all-pro. I'm going to take this all hands, and I'm going to take it to the crib. And this is why I like doing. That's why I practice a lot of over-the-shoulder catches when I play, bro. Because I don't just want the 40-yard catch. Get me in the end zone. You get what I'm saying? And now they go for a 2-point conversion, and here's that move again. Slow split. He's been showing that split. He's been showing that walk up, and then quick 1-2. He goes to a split. And it's like stealing candy from a baby. It's too easy. You get what I'm saying? And he still got it. And here we go. This is what I'm trying to show you about Brian, right? So we seen that like fake kind of over to a corner, and he didn't really do much in terms of his hands or trying to make a move to get like a little more separation. And here now it's not Sauce on him, and he's got the over out. It's tough because now the DB is being really physical and he's riding his hips. And this is where it's like you got to use a little bit of your hands, see if you can get him a little bit off balance, especially at the line of scrimmage, right? Because if you let him ride you like that, it's hard, right? What would be perfect here is if you had one of those like in breaking fakes and back to the corner because the DB is just all sold on the over route, but that's tough. And here's another one, right? What I tell you. So whatever the Jags has done, they got into the red zone with Jets, and notice the pattern, right? In the red zone, the Jets are gonna send a blitz, right? Look, and Brian is still taking his time. Like, I don't think he necessarily recognizes the situation, which is it's hot, bro. Like, you gotta hurry up and get open now, ASAP. And it's just too long, and Mac tries to pull a little bit. And maybe he could have waited a half a second longer, but he throws this pass with touch, and it's just not quite enough time to, wait for Brian to get open. But I feel like coming off his route, like coming off his release here, he just takes too much time. Like, you gotta go. It's a blitz, you know? But again, he's a rookie, right? He's still learning. He'll get better with that. I hope I haven't called any of this other plays the play of the day, but this is the play of the day right here. This is all about timing, execution, chemistry, and it's beautiful. It's a simple fade ball, pass thrown with touch over the shoulder. I'm going to keep my feet in and make this over the shoulder catch, and I'm going to get my sideline pumped up. It's beautiful. Look at the sideline. Look at the tight line view. Ooh. Do you see that? That is a hard catch, and the DB has no chance at all to make a play on this ball because of where it's placed. These are my favorite type of catches, honestly. Next play, right? They bust. Okay, it seems like a mesh concept. Everyone's just creating traffic to get Adams open, and someone loses him. And Adams is going to try to get in the end zone again. I mean, he had a day. I should have started him in fantasy, but guys, that's really the end of the video right there. You guys can kind of see and compare, between like a rookie and a vet in Devante Adams and Brian Thomas Jr. And you can see, even though Brian had a good game, you can still see he can get so much better. And Adams is like where he's trying to get to. And it's just crazy because, damn, bro, like the Jets actually have a lot of really good players on their roster. Just had a lot of turmoil in terms of like their backroom staff and their office and the owner. But Devante Adams still got it, man. If there's anything you've learned today, learn that and remember it. So let me know what you think about the video. Leave a comment, you get me, like, share it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Appreciate it.